Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing this evening? Okay, I got everybody. Hello to everyone on TikTok. Hello to everyone on um, Instagram. Hello to everyone on Facebook and on, excuse me, and on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hi, Maddie Poppins. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hello, hello. Is that Lagira Eyes? Miss Monster. Monstar. Okay. Mrs. Monstar. Okay, I got it right this time. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hello, Slim Assassin. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Amara. Hi, hi, hi. Hello to everyone coming in. Okay, so before we get started, Um, first of all, if you want to participate in tonight's giveaway, okay, I have on the wrong glasses. I cannot see anything. Hold on just a second. Let me get my other glasses. These are not my computer glasses. Okay, I need my computer glasses so I can see what's going on my computer. Much better. Much better. I'm doing good, Mrs. Monstar. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you all are joining me, please share this video with your friends, your family. Hi, Coco Kisses 40. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Please share this video with someone who can use it tonight. We're talking about the kiddos, um, the older kids, not the babies tonight. Um, So please share, please share, please share. If you would like to participate in the giveaway, please put a color in the comments. Um, you don't have to be present to win, but you do have to put a color in. It rhymes. Sorry, I just realized that. Okay, so the colors are yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, orange, black, and did I say green? Red? Anyway, the 8 colors in the regular crayon box, put one of those in. Okay? Uh hi IDK. How are you? My tongue is tied tonight. What is wrong with me? Okay, so now we're going to get started. Hello, Maria. Thank you for joining me. We're going to get started. Help my daughter is 4 months and she has not been sleeping well. Her pediatrician said it's probably sleep regression, and I need put her on a routine. How do I do that? Okay, Ashley, I have a video. As a matter of fact, let me write your name down. I have a video with a schedule. You have to look through my feed, but there's a video with a schedule. Let me write your name down so I can make sure I tag you in it or send it to you. And let me put it on IG. All right. Schedule. I have to write these things down because um, I have been working since 8 a.m. yesterday morning. I went to work, got off, came home, changed clothes, went to work, worked overnight, got off, came home, changed clothes, went back to work, got off, came home. No, I didn't go home. I went shopping for the Christmas breakfast box. And then I came home and wrote my notes out for tonight, got me something to eat, and here I am. So tonight may be kind of short. And if I fall asleep, y'all forgive me. So, uh, hello, Andrea. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hi, Shonda. Hi, Dale Boatman. How are you? Okay, so we're going to talk tonight about safe word. If you haven't seen the video that I put out about the safe word, Please go watch it. Um, it is basically talking to your children about uh, safety, about having a safe word. Uh, if it's safe to go with strangers, this is not to scare your child. This is to empower your child. Okay, we don't want to scare them. And when you talk to them about strangers, about stranger danger, which is now called, it's called something else. Clever never goes is what it's called now. Um, because you want your child to be clever and not scared. And you have to practice with them. It's not just a one and done thing. So you want your child to be aware that a stranger is not necessarily a bad person or a good person. It's someone that they don't know. That way it keeps it neutral so they won't get scared. Oh, this is a stranger. Oh, I'm so scared. No, a stranger is just someone that you don't know. An acquaintance, something different. It's just someone that you don't know. Not oh, that's a stranger. He's bad. That will scare your child. So don't do that to your child. Um, Start by talking to them about if they know what a stranger is. Now, you don't want to have this talk with a 2 year old, and you don't want to have this talk with a 3 year old, but maybe at 4 years old, you start talking about what a stranger is. Um, and that way you get the dialogue going. It's not a one and done conversation. You need to keep going and keep talking about it and keep in practice. Have someone to go up to after you have established your rules of what to do when someone approaches you that you don't know. Once you have established those rules, then have your child to practice, or send someone that you know and trust up to your child and see how your child reacts. And then just kind of wander over and see what's going on and make them realize, oh, I know this person. This is a safe person. So start with that. Start after you had the conversation. Start with that, a practice run, so that your child will know what to do and how to do. Okay. Also, when you start talking to your child about um, about strangers, I know there are a lot of kids that you go to the park and you just let them go, let them run, and you just can, especially if you have 3 or 4 kids at the park. I like to go to parks where it's closed in. There's a fence around it, or some kind of barrier that the kids can't get out without uh, me knowing it. They can't get, I mean, the gate swings both ways, but there's like a main entrance to the park that we have to go through to get in and out. And that way, I know that you're not going through that entrance because I'm standing by the entrance and you're not going to pass by me. I don't like going to parks where it's just wide open and there's a lot of people there and a lot of kids there because I know when I was little, and this was 40 some odd years ago, it wasn't like it is now. I had a park right up the street. I'm 19 years old. Mama, can I go to the park? Sure. So I go to the park. No problem. I come back home. Be back home at this time. I had my little watch on. Came home when I was supposed to. But today is not the same. And like I said, don't go scaring your child, but make sure that they are aware that there are strangers, people that we don't know, and we just, talk to them about it. Now, the children between 5 and 8 years old, a lot of them go to the bus stop. A lot of them walk to school because I know I walked to school. School was 2 blocks away from the house. I walked to school. Again, today's not like when 40 some odd years ago. I used to walk to school. Hi, Yari. Thank you for sending me likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was totally different. We had friends from up the street we walked with. We walked in a group to school. We walked in a group on the way home. But you need to explain to your child what who the helpers are. I know I explain to my children if we're in a grocery store or out in the public store at groceries or Walmart or wherever, and if we get this, uh, we get blah, you get going one way and I'm going the other way, and if we get separated, then go to the cash register and tell them your name and tell them that you're lost. I can't tell you how many times I've heard over the loudspeaker, so and so's parents are lost, and he's waiting at the front desk, you know, up at the cash register, or up at the customer service. Now I tell them either go to customer service because this is where we need help. This is where we go to get help, customer service, or go to the cash register and tell someone at the cash register that I'm lost. Or teach them about name tags. You know, Target, the people in Target wear the name tags and the red shirts. Well, those are most likely people who will help you because they work there at the store. Uh, Walmart has the vest on. If you see somebody with the vest on, then uh, that's somebody that can help you if we get separated and help you find me. Hello, Bimdi. How are you? Happy Tuesday to you too. So, these things, little things that you can teach your children about the helpers and about strangers. And if they're at a park or at school or at practice and say you can't get there, so you call your friend. Can you pick them up today from practice? I'm running late and I can't get there on time. Can you pick them up? And so you go to send them to pick them up, and they go, oh, your mama came and told me to come and get you. And your child sitting there like, okay. Now, does your child go with that person? Or does your child say, what's the safe word? It's better to be safe than sorry. So, have a word that you and your child knows that is a secret. And when they say, what's the secret word? What's the password? What's the code word? What's the safe word? Whatever you want to call it. When your child asks what's the safe word and that person does not come up with the safe word, we run in the other way and we're going to shout stranger, stranger. We're running to get help. And if a child is I don't care, it happens at the grocery store. Any time a child screams, everybody's head is turning. If the child is having a fit in the store, falling out on the floor, uh everybody's head is turning. I've even heard conversation. It's time to go home. That baby need a nap. You need to go feed that child. You don't know what's wrong with that child. You're just assuming. But I have seen, and I have done it myself. I have walked out of the store with my children screaming and yelling because they want something. I just happened to go up the wrong aisle and they were advertising something. I'm like, I was trying to avoid this. And I've had to leave out of the store, kids kicking and screaming. Everybody's looking at me like, is that their mama? Is that their mama? Is that their mama? I've even had one of my nanny kids almost have me thrown in jail because he wanted to play at the park. He's 5 years old. You're not my mommy. I want my mommy. You're not my mommy. You're not my mommy. And I'm just like, oh Lord, no, we're not going down this road. Please talk to your children about when to use the you're a stranger and you're not a stranger, because it could be someone that is legit. And because I mean, I've been with that child for 2 years, and all of a sudden, you're not my mommy. And I just want literally, I was like, little boy, if you don't stop, We are going home. It is time to go. And you have to go. He didn't want to go to bed because he knew once we left, we were going to bed. That's the last thing that we did. It was our routine. We went to the park before we went to bed. Before we came home, took a bath, and went to bed. I had to let him get all his wiggly jigglies out. Well, this day he was mad. He had and he hadn't taken a nap at school, and he was mad because Mama wouldn't let him have something, and I caught the brunt of it. So when you're talking to your kids, let them know when is the appropriate time to say, stranger, stranger, you're not my mama, and when it's inappropriate. Now, a lot of the 5 and 8 year olds that walk to school, they still are kind of impulsive, and they still kind of weary on making wise choices because they're not adults. So you have to practice. But start talking to them around 4 years old about the stranger. So by the time they get 5 years old, they know, okay, I don't know this person, and this is what I'm supposed to do. And I always told my child, if you go to the cash register, tell somebody that you're lost, stay there. Do not move. Stay there until I come and get you. Because if I hear your name, if I'm looking for you and I hear that your name and that I'm lost, then I'm coming to get you. Don't worry about it. Just stay right there. I have lost my child, my 2 year old, who was supposed to be with his father, was taking them to the bathroom. It was at a Harlem Globetrotter event. His father was taking him to the bathroom. They were following behind him. The 5 year old, the 3 year old, and the 2 year old, well, just barely 2 years old, um, was taking them to the bathroom. Well, of course, the 2 year old's legs are not as long as everybody else's, and they're climbing the stairs. My husband comes back to the bathroom with two children, not three, but two. I was like, "Where's my baby?" The good thing is he had on these overalls that were like royal blue and a yellow, it's like a golden yellow turtleneck because we were in Alaska at the time. Man, when I finally found him, he was eating a hot dog. He had popcorn. He had a sign autographed frisbee from one of the Harlem Globetrotters. He had a hat on his head. I was like, okay, you're supposed to be lost. I'm crying because my baby is missing in an arena. I am crying. I'm beating my husband up because I'm like, lost my baby. Well, I didn't know he was coming with me. I said, I told you, and you said, okay. Oh, is that what you said? Man, you better go find my baby. I was livid. But we talked to the security guards. The security guards, they were radioing across the arena, and within 10 minutes, the longest 10 minutes of my life, they had found him. But it's a scary thing when your child is missing and you can't find them, especially they're two, freshly two, and yeah, they talk, but 2 year old's conversation is not like 8, 9 year old conversation who can tell you, and even a 5 year old can tell you more than a 2 year old most of the time. I do know a 2 year old who is very smart, but the average 2 year old is not going to talk to you like a 5 to 8 year old. So please, 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 please create a word, something that they can remember. If their favorite movie is Frozen, okay, so that's our secret word. Our safe word is Frozen. If it's Paw Patrol, one of the characters from Paw Patrol, okay, that's their favorite cartoon character. They will remember that. But most adults, especially aunts that don't have kids, they don't know the names of Paw Patrol. They don't know the names of most movies. So they wouldn't be able to think of, oh, the password or the secret word or the code word is Paw Patrol or Frozen or peas because I hate peas. Nobody will know that, but you will know. And I feel safer when my children have control over the decisions, when they feel confident enough to make decisions. I don't want them to feel frightened. I don't want them to feel afraid. I just want them to empower them to get help, or to know who the helpers are, or to not go walk away with a stranger. Know these things. Um, Again, if you are just joining me, if you'd like to participate in tonight's giveaway, please put a color in the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Now, I like to start with the 2 and 3 year olds because they can be stubborn sometimes. I like to start telling them about their bodies. We talk about ears. We teach them where's your ears, where's your nose, where's your mouth, where's 2 and 3 year olds need to know. I shouldn't say need to know because it's a personal decision as a parent whether you teach them the correct body part. Um, so um, I like to teach them correct body parts and where it's okay for them to be touched and where it's not okay for them to be touched. So they will know that don't touch me there. I don't make my kids give grandma and grandpa a hug. I don't make them give auntie and uncle a hug. If they don't feel comfortable with that, I want my kids to feel comfortable with their bodies. I want them to be able to say yes and no and empower them to say no. If I don't kiss me, don't touch me, don't put your hands on me. Um, it's just like a pregnant woman. When people walk by and they see you're pregnant, oh, look at the baby, and they're touching all on your body. They're touching your stomach. You're not my husband. You're not my child. You're not related to me. Don't be putting your hands on me. I don't like people touching my hair. It really. Oh, look at that. That one is sticking. Ooh, can I touch your hair? It looks so soft. It looks so. Don't touch my hair. I didn't ask you. Not you. Not you are not my salon stylist. You don't touch my hair. Okay. You don't touch my belly. Because I may not be pregnant. Okay. Um, I remember when I had the fibroid tumors. And yes, I looked like I was pregnant, but I wasn't. It was tumors. It was fibroids. But yeah, I had someone come up to me. Oh, when is the baby due? And their hands are coming at me. I'm like, I'm not having a baby. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mm-mm. I don't make my children be touched or touch someone else if they are uncomfortable. You don't have to kiss grandma. You don't have to say hello. You can say hello. You don't have to be touched and kissed and hugged. But if you want to and they feel comfortable, then yes, by all means. But it's a way of teaching your children how to control their bodies, how to say no to people who are trying to touch them inappropriately. No means no. Okay? And age 4 is a good age to start talking about uh, strangers. 5 to 8, you should have a plan in place. 9 to the teenagers, you definitely should have rules in place. They are old enough to know about strangers, and you should have a plan of action in place in case something happens. Have a plan of action in place. Um, let's see. I think I have everything. Oh, and one other thing. because this bugged the heck out of me. My mom used to be a kindergarten teacher, and I may have told you all this story before, but she took attendance every day. There was a little boy in her class who did not know his name. He didn't know his parents' name, and he did not know his name. This is kindergarten now. They called him Pumpkin. That's what he responded to, Pumpkin. And if you did not call him Pumpkin, that was not his name. So please, I'm not saying it's not okay to have nicknames for your children, but please let them know what their real name is. Please teach them their real name so that they will know what to respond to. Because if you're looking for your child and you tell the police, my child's name is Raymond, and all they know is Ray Ray, they're looking for Raymond. They're calling on the loudspeaker for Raymond, and Ray Ray not paying attention because Raymond's not my name. Ray Ray is my name. Please teach your children. And I know this sounds completely stupid, but I've seen it. A child did not know his name. All he knew was uh, his nickname. Hello, Sandra. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay, so again, if you want to participate in tonight's giveaway, please put a uh, a color in the comment box. Okay, I already have my color written down. Now, if you have questions, feel free to ask them now uh, while I'm still alert. Let me see if I have any questions over here. Let's see. Oh, let me go back up to the top. Hi, doing great in yourself. Andrew. Hello, hello. Hi, Yari. Uh, Hi, Glory. How are you? Thanks for joining me. OMG, I would have had a heart attack. Yes, trust me, I was having a heart attack when I couldn't find my child. What do you think about the book bag leash? That way they don't get lost. Honestly, I used to use the leash. I used to use the one that goes around the wrist. Um, because I had three under the age of 5, and we would go. My husband was military, and back then you went to pay your bills. It wasn't online. Okay, thing done. Mm-mm. We talking. How old is my child? 35. My oldest is 35 now. Yeah, we're talking about 30 years ago. It's when I had to take all three of them to the store or to the electric company or wherever it was to pay the bill. Um, and I would put the baby in the stroller. I had a leash on my 3-year old, a leash on my 4-year old, and I strapped it over. I had the umbrella stroller, and I put the other end on this, and one on this side, one on that side, and we walked so that I would not lose my children in all the commotion. And sometimes we would go to the mall, and I would walk with them, and people look at me. I'm like, I don't care. My children are not getting lost, simply because at that time we were in Alaska, and the first thing they tell you when you get off the airplane is keep your children close to you, because this is the number one place where children get kidnapped. I was like, that not today, not mine. So people nowadays like, oh, your child is not a dog. Do not be putting them on a leash. You do what you feel is right for you and your family to keep your child safe. And if you're by yourself and you know your child's a runner, because my oldest was a runner, and I was like, oh, heck no, you're not getting away from me. So I had him on one side. He would be on the right side, and they knew which side they were supposed to be on. I had one on the right, one on the left. Um, and we walked to the right side so that, and I, because 4 and 5 year old, three and the 5 year old, they walk slower than adults, moving through the mall. We walk to the right, out of the way. So do what you feel is right for you and your family to take your care of your child and to keep your child safe. I'm just saying. Because I know if it's me, I've been working with children for so long, I can see danger coming. I can see when, oh, you about to fall off you finna fall off of that. I see it coming. So I move a little closer. And as soon as it's great when they don't fall and they catch themselves, but I can see it coming. And if you can see it coming, the danger coming, and you don't want to trip to the hospital, move a little closer. Do what you need to do to avoid the accident or the whatever the unsafe thing is that's going to happen to your child. Let's see. My parents still tell the story of my sister and I playing hide and seek in the clothing rack. Oh, yes. My kids tried that with me one time, just one time. And I told them, before you get out of the car, don't start none, won't be none. We are going in the store to get this, and this. And we are not buying toys today. I made my speech before I got out of the car. Well, they decided, of course, I got the little straps on them. They decided to play hide and seek in the clothing rack. Well, they got a strap on them. I'm going through and they get wrapped around the clothing rack. And guess what happens? The clothing rack comes tumbling down. Of course, this is not today where they got everything situated on the walls and everything. Now it's the clothing racks where they had the little circular rack. Mm-hmm. Yep. One came down, then the other one came down, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh Lord Jesus!" But yeah, that was the last time they did that because I think it scared them to a point where, uh, because it pulled my son down, and some clothes landed on top of him. The other one, he started crying. We saw it coming. He started crying, and I think he's my little heart child. It didn't take much to scare him. But my oldest one, who's the runner, when those clothes came piling down on top of him, he didn't do that no more. That did not happen again. Now he did some other stuff, but that particular thing he did not do again because he knew the consequences of his actions. That cause and effect thing. So yeah, I know about the hide and seek in the clothing rack. Now, as a mom, I understand the heart attack we have. You understand the heart attack your mama had when you and she had you. It's amazing when you become a parent. You don't, as a child, you don't see. Why won't she let me do this? Why won't she let me do this? I I can do this. I'm big enough to do this. And then when you become a parent, it's like, oh my Lord, what? I can just imagine my mama heart just falling out of her chest at some of the stuff that I did. Yeah. Yep. My color is rainbow. Okay, Sandra. I don't have a rainbow color on my sheet. I don't have rainbow. I agree. Thank you. Good evening. Hello, Ryan. Oh no, Ray. Is that Ryan? Rayan? Okay. I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. How are you? I agree. I don't like it when people shame parents who use it. I don't either. And I don't like it when people shame people, period. If you have something to say to me, pull me over to the side. Don't be all loud and, well, you should have done this and you should have done that. And why you got that child doing this? Why you letting that child do that? Is this your child? Thank you very much. I don't think so. I did a video, when was it? Sunday night about I made people. Have you made people? Yeah, I made some people and I'm their leader. So unless you have a child and you've been through what I've been through, okay. Sometimes I'll look at you and tell you, you can't tell me nothing until you have a child. You can't tell me nothing until you walked a mile in my shoes. Then there are other times when I know that people have my best interest at heart and they pull me to the side and say, okay, well, this is, how you do this and this is how you do that. And you're not supposed to do this and you're not supposed to do that. Well, as a young mother, I would take that advice quicker than I would somebody shaming me in front of everybody. Oh, bye, Felicia. You caught the wrong end of me today. Caught me on that right wrong day. Not today. I used to, like Courtney said, I used to love to playing those. You played in the clothes racks too, huh? Yes. What is the best way to help late talkers? Hello, Mary. Thanks for joining me. Um, the best way to help late talkers, I have worked with several late talkers and I have taught them sign language. I am a baby sign language instructor. I teach American Sign Language. Is not baby signs. It is American Sign Language that I teach them so that they can communicate. I also, while I'm teaching them, so if I say more, I say the word, do you want more? Do you want more food? I talk as I sign because it gives them a way to communicate with me. I also, I don't know if they still do it now. I think they still do. But if your child is in early Head Start, they have a speech therapist that will come in and will work with your children if they're in an early Head Start. My grandson um, used to mumble a lot and he got into the Head Start program. So they had a speech therapist on site who came and helped him with his speech problems. So I was glad that my son was able to get him in there. Um, and because he had a speech delay and he mumbled and you couldn't understand his words, now he's perfectly fine. But get someone, a speech therapist, check into it. Depends on when you say late talker, I'm assuming 2 or 3 because I've worked in early Head Start. They can start from babies, it just depends on the Head Start program. But most of them start between 3, uh, I think it's between age 3 and 4, and then they have what's that pre kindergarten program they have. Um, it's right after Head Start, and they have shoot, I can't think of the name of it. It's like pre K class, but they have them at the schools. And those who are late talkers or they have some type of speech delay or occupational therapy, they need occupational therapy. They have people that come in and work with uh, with the children. So I would suggest you look into some baby sign language to help your baby communicate. Also, keep talking, read books to them. Um, if there's a psychological problem, because some kids talk or they can talk, but they just refuse to talk because of some kind of psychological trauma that has happened to them. And you may not even know that there's a trauma that has happened to them, but they feel like it was a trauma to them. So, getting them some psychological help, getting them evaluated to see if it's a psychological problem that they can't talk versus they won't talk. So psychological, it could be psychological. So all those things, the speech therapist, occupational therapist, the reading books to them, teaching them sign language, get them checked out by a therapist to see if there is a something psychological going on. All those things uh, weigh on a child as far as talking. And if you don't talk much to your child, then they probably not going to talk. I do a lot of forecasting. And when I say forecasting, I talk to my child, okay, let's put your right foot in the pants leg. Let's put your left foot in. All right, we're going to pull them up. And it teaches them concepts, right, left, uh, in, out, push it all the way through, push your foot all the way through. Okay, I'm pushing my foot all the way through the pants to get to the other end of the hole. So I do a lot of forecasting. I tell my children, my babies that I work with, okay, I'm going to change your pamper now. Um, and I'll say, okay, we're going to take this dirty pamper off, and then we're going to wipe your little bum, and then we're going to put some diaper ointment on you, put your next pamper on you. All right, we're going to put on the flaps. And we'll put the flaps on. Okay, let me pull out the little corners. Okay, we're going to pull the little corners out so that the diaper won't leak. All right, we're going to snap you back up because most of them have on onesies. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And I count with the snaps. And that teaches them counting. So the more conversation that you have with your child, the more forecasting. Now, I'm not telling you have to talk all day long, but when you have those moments, talk to them, give them dialogue, give them words. Validate if they fall down and hurt themselves, and it was really more hurting their ego than really getting hurt. Oh, did you fall and hurt yourself? Oh, I'm so sorry that you fell. I'm so sorry that you hurt yourself. And keep it moving. Acknowledge their feelings, acknowledge their hurt, and keep it moving. You don't have to dwell on it, because if you dwell on it every time they fall, they'll start doing stuff on purpose, and and you can tell it's fake. But everyone likes to have their feelings validated. I don't like you because, okay, I see that you don't like this, or whatever the case may be. Validate your child, validate their feelings, talk to them, give them words to use. I don't like vegetables. I don't like fruit. I don't like this meat. I don't like this. Give them words to use instead of them going, eh, 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 eh. And that's why I teach baby sign language, because I hate the eh, 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 eh. Okay, so and you're gonna stand there all day long and say, you want this? You want that? You want this? You want that? Give them words. Do you want crackers? Do you want apples? Do you want pear? What would you like to eat? What? What do you want to eat? And at least they can sign to you. Do you want water? Do you want juice? Give them words and signs to use to communicate. Okay? Hello, the Nordic Nanny. Hi, Amy Aurora. Thanks for joining me. Mary says, I definitely always do forecasting with my 2-year-old nanny boy. I think it is so important. Yes, it is. It gives them words to communicate, words to use. It teaches them language structure. It teaches them how sentences flow. It teaches them, gives them words to use when they are hurt or when they're angry, instead of them just punching the brother in the head. I don't like it when you do that to me. Please stop. Teach them, kind words. Teach them to be kind, and you can use it in your words, in your in how you treat them. It teaches them empathy. So forecasting is important to me. It may not be as important to you, but as someone who has studied early childhood education and is a nanny and taking care of children for ooh, about 40 years, it's important to me because it's a part of growth and development of that child. And I want that child to grow up and be the best that they can be. Uh, I love your TikToks. They are quality. I always learn something. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Uh, what is the best way to help late talkers? I got that one. Hello, Sasquatch, because Mama is getting no sleep. Okay, I miss. Oh, okay. I see your question now. Question: I have a 2-week-old preemie. She doesn't like sleeping unless it's with me. Any tips? I have. She only sleeps in my arms. Any tips to help her settle? Um, Sound machine, a dark room, um, swaddle, a warm bottle. Make sure you burp them. Um, Make sure and just because you heard a burp, there may be more gas in her tummy. If you're breastfeeding, uh, make sure you burp between switching breasts. If you're bottle feeding, do not shake the bottle. It causes bubbles in the milk, and even if you swirl it around and the bubbles disappear, there's still air in that milk that you because you have shaken it. I like to swirl it or take a wire whisk or a fork uh, and do the wire whisk. Slowly stir it. Also, if you have a formula feed, if you're formula feeding your child and you have the powder kind, take the little scoop before you measure out the powder. Take the little scoop and just kind of go through it and kind of just knock the chunks out of the formula, the powder. Kind of, I guess, aerate the powder. I take the long little part, the little not the scoop part, but the little stem, the little handle, and I just kind of stir the formula until it breaks up all those clumps, because it's the clumps that make you shake even harder. If you break up the clumps and then measure it out and put it in the bottle. I like to put it in the bottle and let it settle down to the bottom instead of it floating on top. It'll settle down to the bottom, and then I just kind of swirl it. If I don't have my little tools, a fork or a wire whisk, I let it float to the bottom, and I just kind of gently swirl it. And as I gently swirl it, um, it dissolves better because I've gotten all the clumps out, and it has had time to absorb some of the water while it's falling to the bottom, and I just swirl it. Uh, Maria says dark curtains, baby massage after bath helps. Yes, baby massage. Have a routine. Uh, she's probably too young to be on a schedule right now, but have a routine of we turn the lights down low, we read a story or sing a song or take a bath, take a warm bath, do a massage, put some the sound machine on or some baby lullabies. Fix the atmosphere in the room. The environment needs to be conducive to sleep. So, those are some things that I use when I'm doing sleep conditioning. I make sure that the room and the environment is conducive to sleep. And your baby may is probably, if she's 2 weeks old, she's probably in the cluster feed stage. So if she's in the cluster feed stage, then she is not going to. She's going to be up every hour to 2 hours wanting to eat. That's what they do until about a month old. And right around a month old, they kind of slow down with the cluster feed. That's not all babies, but most babies do. They slow down with the cluster feed. Um, so try that. She's in her own bassinet. Okay. And it also takes practice. You have to remember, she has been carried all of her life inside of you. She didn't have to lay down. She was in a position and she was comfortable most of the time. So she didn't have to lay down. She didn't have to, is it too hot? Is it too cold in the room? So she's adjusting to the outside world. They don't just come into the world knowing, oh, I'm supposed to get in my swaddle and then I'm going to take a bath, or I'm going to take a bath and then get a massage, then I'm getting my swaddle, and then I'm just going to lay here and I'm going to just peacefully sleep. No, that's not what they don't come here knowing how to do all that. It takes practice, it takes time, and it takes consistency. And it's going to take patience on your part. And I hate to say it, there may be some more sleepless nights. But I promise you, once you get them in order and on the schedule and get that routine going, and she gets used to that routine, it will get easier. At least that part. Purple KTC. Okay, I'm not sure what KTC is. She is 3. Okay, Rian. Okay, I know you asked me a question, but I'm trying to see what your question was because you said she is 3. I'm trying to go back up here and see if I missed a part of your question, or if I asked you a question about how old she was. Maybe I asked you a question about how old she was. Hello, Pandora. Thank you for joining me. When I run out of things to say, I sing to my baby. Yes, singing is so awesome. I use music with my children. I use music. My little one is going through separation anxiety. She wants mom and dad work from home, so she's going through separation anxiety. Every time she sees her mom, it's like, ah, I want my mommy, I want my mommy, I want my mommy, and she crawls wherever she is, and she will pitch a fit and scream bloody murder. And the minute her mama picks her up, everything stops. She's like, and she'll turn around and look at you like, I got my mama. I got what I wanted. And I'm looking at her like, okay. So I use music, and she loves the Five Little Monkeys by Go Fish. I have it on, I should say on speed dial, but I have it on, okay, pull the app up, ding, first song. And it calms her down. It makes her dance. It changes her demeanor. It changes her whole personality. She goes from, yeah, to in a heartbeat. So have a vice that works for you, that will turn that frown upside down. Music, music, music works wonders. And it just depends on what time of day it is, what we're doing, as to what music we're listening to. So get you some songs that your children love. Okay. Could it be that my baby is just expecting us to pick her up, and maybe we confused it with sleep regression? Picking her up every time she cries, and she used to sleep on her. Now we have a fit trying to put her to sleep. Yes, that could be it too. And that's why I tell parents, don't run every time they go, Give them time to figure it out. Give them a few minutes to see if they can settle down and self-soothe. Because when you run every time to pick them up, they're going to be expecting it. You're right. You probably solved your own problem, Ashley. You probably solved your own problem. Um, Perfect. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm not sure exactly what I said, but you're welcome. But at times, I'm afraid he is overdue king water because he wants to chug it. Okay, Yari, I missed. Oh, how much water should a 9 month old be drinking? I give him water after a snack or his oatmeal. I generally offer water first thing in the morning when we go out for our walk because she's already had a bottle. I offer it during her breakfast because if she's eating, I give her water instead of milk. I give her water while she's eating, and then we'll have a bottle an hour later. I also give her water during lunchtime. She gets a bottle every time she eats, and um, so I don't think you can overdo it because she drinks. I would say about 12 to 13 ounces of water a day because she has a 4 ounce bottle when we're out in the morning. She drinks about 3 ounces at lunch, 3 ounces at breakfast, and then she drinks about 3 ounces at dinner time. So I would say about 12, 13, yeah, somewhere around there. No, probably no more than 15 ounces. And she's 10 months old. So, uh, yeah. And my baby girl, she chugs it too. She chugs her water too. Hello, Open Heart Nanny Agency. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. LOL. I've been so afraid of giving him too much water. Oh no, 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 no. Water is good for them. It helps them to go poop. It helps everything in there to lubricate everything in their body, keep them regulated. They drink a lot of milk, which just contains a lot of water. But just plain water is good for them. Okay. Let me see if I have any more questions. I don't think so. It's 9 o'clock. It's time to call out the winners. Okay, let me look over here and see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put this on the back so I can have a clear sheet. All right. And Ashley just came up with a question. What should I do because her pediatrician recommended I feed her every 4 hours and I try giving her baby food, but she doesn't take it well. I just hate to see her cry that I need to soothe her. Okay, so feed her every 4 hours, as in milk or as in food feeding her. If she's on a schedule, the schedule that we have for my charge, if I'm going to correctly put it, my nanny kid, she gets a bottle first thing in the morning at 7 o'clock, and then we eat breakfast at 9 o'clock, and then she has another bottle before she goes down for her morning nap at about 10:15, and then when she wakes up, she eats lunch, and then around 1:40, that's at about 12:30, she eats lunch, and then about 1:45, she eats drinks a bottle, and then right around 3:15, she drinks another bottle, and then when she wakes up, she gets a bottle, and then dinner, and then her last bottle of the day. So we try to balance out the bottle with the food, and that's why I give her water with her food, because she all of her nutrients come from her milk right now, because she's not eating enough food and taking enough vitamins in on her own to give up the milk. So that's why I'm asking, are you talking about food, or are you talking about bottle? She's taking 6 ounces uh, in formula. She's taking 6 ounces of formula. Okay, so how often are you feeding her the formula every day? I mean, how often does she get the 6 ounces? Or you can just give me the total ounces that you uh, feed her per day. Okay. And while I'm waiting on her, let me look over here to see who has the color that I'm looking for. If you haven't put your color in, throw it in there now while I'm looking. Okay, I don't see any over here on Instagram. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. None on Facebook. Let me look over here. 6.5-month-old sippy cup or straw cup mix. Um, it depends on what your child is comfortable with. I've had some, because there's sippy cups now with the straw, and then there's sippy cups with the little nipple like thing on them. I won last week. I don't want to participate. Give others a chance. You can participate. Cat has won 2 weeks in a row. Everybody has a chance of winning because it's a different color every week. So if you choose a color, then you win the prize. She takes about 5 bottles a day, but I'm thinking about going to 7 ounces because she's still hungry. Well, if she's still hungry and she is 6 months old, wait a minute, hold on. Let me make sure I got the right age. Oh, you said she's 4 months old. Oh, right, right, right. 4 months old. Okay. No, she's not ready for food yet. She's she's 4 months old. I'm sorry. I got two different conversations crossed in my head. Okay. Um, if you don't want to go to 7 ounces every 4 hours, then try feeding her every 3 hours. I like to feed my kids every 3 hours. That way you can stick at the five and she'll still get more milk if you're giving her every 3 hours instead of every 4 hours. She'll still get more milk. Miss Nisi. Hi, Miss Nisi. How are you? I have quite a few winners today. Let's see. Let me go over here to. All right, let me look and see who has the right color. Cat said, "Girl, do it." Cat knows the trick. She knows what's up. Okay, let's see. I see one. I have two winners so far. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Okay, I have three winners. Okay, let me scoot back so I can see what that. And I have to put it down where you are, where I'm getting my winners from, so I will know. Okay, this one is a hard one. I got another one. Okay, I think I got them all. Okay, so here are the winners for tonight. Miss Nisi. Okay, Miss Nisi, which color you want to go with? You got two colors on here. Which color you want to go with? You want the yellow or the brown? Yes, Ashley, she's 4 months. Okay, so on TikTok, I have three winners. User number 502143914. I'm not sure what your name is, but you're a winner, and I will look you up on And let's see who else. Miranda 17. You are a winner. And Miss Yari, you are a winner. I told you to go for it. uh yes. And Miss Nisi is a winner. I'm taking the first color that I saw. Miss Nisi is a winner. And just in case you all want to know what the color was, let me flip it back over. The color is yellow. I had it right here in the corner. So I always put my color down before I come on, so it'll be fair to everybody. Her pediatrician recommended every 4 hours because my daughter gets stomach aches. Oh, does she have reflux, or does she have real bad gas? And try pace feeding. If she's getting stomach aches, you might want to try pace feeding, because she might, if you're holding the bottle down like this instead of upward, so she can suck the bottle out at her pace. If you holding it down and gravity is playing a part of it flowing in her mouth faster, then it may be going in too fast and building up gas in her tummy, which probably is why she has tummy aches. So no shaking the bottle, and try swirling it. They also have some blender bottle, little bitty blender bottle balls that you can put in the baby bottle and swirl it instead of. Hi, Haitian Tower Restaurant. Thank you for joining me. So you can use those and swirl it around. Try pace feeding, and try burping her after every 2 ounces instead of letting her guzzle it down, or um, instead of letting her drink half of it and then burp her. Try burping her after every 2 hours, because sometimes the tummy ache comes from them eating too fast, and it comes from the gas on their tummy. So try all of those things. A combination of things. Sometimes it takes a combination of things to make it work. But if you can get the right combination to make it work, it is totally worth it. All righty, everybody. I am getting ready to go and get some sleep. Uh, Yari says, at Cat Gianni, thank you for the encouragement. LOL. I almost didn't do it. And you almost didn't win, Yari. You won. You won. Okay, so to my 4 winners, I will be contacting you after I get some sleep and I can see, because I'm starting to get a dull headache right here from working uh, back to back to back. Could it also be because she is allergic to corn? Yes, if she's allergic to corn, that could be it too. And we just changed the formula to Similac. I messaged you about corn free. Yes, that could be it too. I don't have any of the holly and the hip here, and the one that I found, because it's not. Um, I have to do some more research because it's not here. Uh, they don't sell it directly. I don't think they sell it directly here in the United States. It comes from overseas. Um, the directions are sometimes in a different language. So translating that language to English, it may mean something. It may come out to be something totally different. You know how you go to the translator on you type in a phrase, and the translator on the computer on Google says, okay. So the sentence in English, I mean in Spanish, may be the cow jumped over the moon. And it'll come back, the moon and the cow jumped. So it may have the same words in the sentence, but it doesn't mean the same. You know what I mean? How long will it take for her to adjust to this new formula? Um, It just depends on the sense. Sounds like she has a allergy sensitivity, so it may take a while. I'm not a pediatrician, so I can't tell you that. If you talk to your pediatrician, he might be able to tell you that. Uh, but some kids take to new formulas just fine. Some of them don't, and you have to keep changing them. The little girl I work with, she's been on one, two, three, four. She went through 5 different formulas before we found one that stuck, that didn't mess with her tummy. So um, it may be a process that you have to go through. My son had reflux, and we went through 7 different formulas, and this was 30 some odd years ago. We went through 7 different formulas before we stuck with Nutramigen. Um, and Nutramigen was the one that uh, it stunk like, and it stained, um, but it worked. So you have to find what works for your child, and it's a process, and it's a heart process because it breaks your heart seeing your child um, suffer the way that they do, uh, or being in pain. So it's a heart process, and I will definitely get on that and see if I can find. I'll talk to some of my NCS friends. I'll put it out in the group to see if they know of a formula that does not contain corn syrup or corn. Thank you so much for answering my questions. And yes, my daughter has been on 6 different formulas. It gets frustrating having to change every. Yes, it gets frustrating because you're afraid to buy too much formula because, well, what if she doesn't work well? And then you get, oh, it's working, and then you go buy some more, and then all of a sudden it stops working. It's a waste of. It feels like a waste of money, a waste of time. Uh, your heart is aching for your baby. Your baby's crying because they're not comfortable. It's a process. I've been there. I've done that. I know how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. Let's see. Thank you for your time. I learned a lot. You're welcome. Okay, well, hold on. Let me see. Yes. What's your name? User 502143914. So I won't have to call you user number. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my voice is starting to go, which means I am tired. Uh, Burhan. Ah, are you from the US? Because I might have to figure out how, if you're not from the US, I might have to figure out how to get a different kind of prize to you. Okay. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Um, thank you. Yeah, it's time to go. I need some water. No, that's not my water cup. Um, but I will see you all. Oh, it means light. I like that. I like that. See, you learn something new every day. I like that. I'm gonna write that down. I like names with meaning. Um, my children are named my children names have meanings. I love that. I love that. It means light. Ah, yes. Thank you, Miranda, for sending me the likes. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm doing one of these Italian goodbyes. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Maria. You're welcome, you're welcome. And I hope I didn't sound It's from Ethiopia. Oh, okay, cool. I love it. I love your name. Love it, love it, love it. My son's name means God's great light. My oldest son. How often do you go live? I enjoy your lives. I go live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and I try to end at 9 p.m. But somehow I always get more and more questions, so I end up going. I don't want to leave you all hanging uh, without your questions being answered. So I try to accommodate the questions. Um, I think I'm gonna start talking less and let you all ask questions more, and that way give you some information. And then if you have questions about that information, you can send me a private message or ask them here. Um, so we'll change it up a little bit. But I want your questions to be answered. That's why I'm here to answer your questions and to um, help you. That's my whole purpose, is to help. Um, so yeah, we'll do that because now I'm working overnights too. So I have two part-time jobs, one during the day, one at night. But the baby that I have, we had a good night last night. She slept most of the night. It was my first night with her, but I didn't know she was gonna sleep most of the night, so I came prepared to stay up. And she went to sleep on me, and I'm like, okay, let me fiddle with my phone because I wasn't sleepy. And then around 5 o'clock, I got sleepy, and I was like, oh, too late to go to sleep now. You're leaving at 6:30, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gone this time, and I will talk to you all on Sunday. I will be here Sunday. Um, for my cooking segment at 3 p.m. on Sunday, uh, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I promised last this past Sunday that I would make spaghetti squash. I was mentioning it and someone asked about it. So I promised that I would make spaghetti squash. What I think I'm going to do is show you two ways to make it. I will have the one that I bake already made, so I can show you, and then I also throw it in the microwave when I'm in a hurry. So either way works. I like the one in the oven better than I do in the microwave, but they both, you know, are good. So I will see you all on Sunday. If I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you back again next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You all have a great week. I'm going to go drink my soursop tea and go to bed and have a good night's rest. And I will see you all next time. You all have a great rest of the week. And if you have questions, DM me, please. Um, and I will be uh, sending messages out to my winners probably tomorrow after I've had some rest. So I will talk to you all later. You all have a great evening. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you too. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. Let's see.